So I finally got my Pisces or INFJ season winter to spring beautiful season video uploaded. That literally took me all day. I'm not getting great service at work for some reason. Cell phone service yesterday or the day before, I can't even remember. AT&T's service went out, so that was odd. I don't have AT&T, but yeah, the energies are kind of wild. I have been exhausted all week for sure, entering into Pisces season. I was excited, I am excited, but I am definitely energetically drained. I've noticed a lot of people online, they are also drained. People in person, they are drained. So there's a lot of very tired, drained energy going on right now. Currently, we are in 2024. What is it? February 23rd. So we have full moon in Virgo right now. I saw it this morning. It was very beautiful. I tried to get it on video, but it didn't turn out too great. Um, Virgo is a mutable sign. If you really need to check out that mutable video I did yesterday or uploaded today. I just went over, Pisces is a mutable sign, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Gemini. So I kind of just did a off-the-cuff video about those personality types. Virgo is an earthy type of temperament, so it's in the thinking and practicality realm. Psychologically, that would be they're very safety focused. So what they should do, they're all about storytelling and long-term memory experience. So they are ruled by Mercury, and they have the SI parent. Pisces and Virgo are opposites. So what Virgo is good at, Pisces is not, and vice versa. So Virgo, what created Virgo was the sixth house. The sixth house represents service to others and health. They need to help others and be useful in the world. That is through work, job, what we are working on, our talents, our gifts, our trades. They help through schedules. They're very good at routines on a day-to-day basis, and they can be very critical. That is with people, places, and things, and on self. And they pay high attention to detail, and it's not only that they are paying attention to details, they can remember. They have a very good memory, and it's like a large RAM of storage. Pisces has more like a memory of a goldfish. And Pisces, it's hard for us to ground ourselves in reality. We are more cerebral in the sense of higher minded. Virgo is very analytical. They are an earth sign, so they are in the thinking realm, but it's more of a grounded, not so much dreams. The imagination, creativity, they're more practical compared to Pisces. So the ruler is Mercury, an extroverted feeling hero. We have Earth in exaltation. So Earth represents the practicality, it's the scheduling, it's the nurturing. Nurturing in the sense of they are very good at making sure that what is planted grows. So it's that daily in and out grind of making sure that it's taken care of. And then we have what's in left field, so what is kind of strange for them or harder is Jupiter and Neptune. So Jupiter represents the higher learning and wisdom, and Neptune, Jupiter and Neptune is what rules Pisces. So the higher learning, and also Neptune is like the kind of the delusional or creating a certain image. It's like through photography and maybe online. So they are more grounded. They like to talk on the phone. They are extroverted. So they are a lot, in my opinion, better with groups of people, and they can be a leader in the sense, not that they want to be, but they are really good at organizing and making sure everyone is doing their part in teamwork. And then we have the introverted thinking inferior. They can also have a bit of a God complex. It's funny because I just realized all the mutable signs, Gemini, Pisces, Virgo, and Sagittarius, they can all have a God complex in the sense that they think they're smarter than everyone else, or it's kind of like they tend to alienate people. They can be in a crowd, but they feel alone in different ways. So Venus is in fall here. So they are a supporter. Um, they are a guardian, so that's kind of the psychological term of the astrological term, an earth sign, so they are a guardian. They are a starter type, which means they like to start projects that could be harder for them to finish. They're not structured like Gemini, Cancer, Aries, and it's all the babies or the structure type. So it's Cancer, Aries, Gemini, and who am I missing? Air, Gemini, Cancer, Water, Earth would be Taurus is the structure. They like to start a lot of things, but it's harder to finish, like I said. So they are informative. They like to keep others informed. They go to others to inform people. They are very good at the flow of information, like Gemini, because of that Mercury ruler. But they do it, unlike Gemini, they have extroverted thinking hero. Virgo has the extroverted feeling hero, and that's more obviously a feeling and emotional. Extroverted feeling is they are concerned about, they're more affiliative, I'll put it that way. They are initiating, so that is, they like to start things and initiate things, so that is kind of felt to others, that's kind of felt like they're pushy. Their movements, they love to always be on the move. They're concrete, so that's the earth. They're based in concrete facts, and they're very systematic. So that means that they are focused more on how seeing the system, like how the process of things. So the supporter is the most self-sacrificing of all the types because they believe it's their duty to do so. So they are very duty-based. For others, that kind of feels like they're being bossed around. They can be seen as very bossy. But they're coming from a good affiliative place. They do care about others' feelings and what is going on in their life. It's not a pragmatic, independent way. It's more of a group. They do care about the group and everyone doing their job. They can be guilted easily by other people. Now, this is an extroverted feeling thing I've noticed because Pisces they succumb to being guilted, as well as Cancer. All the signs or personality types that have extroverted feeling. In the top three, the hero, parent, and child, and the inferior, they can be easily guilted because they are in tune with the emotional, the feelings and the emotions. They're more in tune with that. If you have extroverted feeling in the top functions, they are kind of considered feelers, but that you gotta view everything on spectrums and degrees, percentages. So I would consider Virgos very feminine, and that really plays out with the men. For some reason, Virgo women seem kind of masculine to me, but that is because they're so bossy, initiative, movement oriented. But it's still, you've got to remember that Virgo is like the healer or the supporter. They're considered the supporter, but they have a very healing and teaching type of archetype going on with them. So they are very supportive. They are trying to support the team effort. They don't have a concept of what they want. So they are more about, like, the group, like I said. So they need to be told what they should do. They need to know their role. They need financial decision. They need help making financial decisions. They can be very good with other people's money, but when it comes to their own, they can kind of be all over the place. And that is the opposite. Pisces can have an issue with that too. They can appear low maintenance, but they are very, the Virgos I know are actually kind of penny pinchers, I will say. So I think it comes into the degree of either the extremes. They're either penny pinchers or they're all over the place with their financials. They can definitely be high maintenance Virgos. They can appear low maintenance probably because they're penny pinchers. It can go both ways. So they are worried about their social standing as, the validation of the group. So they're ruled by Mercury, the thinking and communicating and analyzing. Virgos are all about communication with Mercury and can turn thoughts into practicality with Earth. So they're a lot more grounded than Gemini. Geminis are kind of scattered and all over the place. They tend to play both sides of the fence. They're pragmatic, so they're very independent in their decision making. They will not check in with the group before they make decisions. Virgo, on the other hand, are very communicative, but they're affiliative, so they will check in with the group before making decisions. They're quick to think, communicate, and analyze, so they are to me, it's a very witty, very quick on their feet with their communication. They don't skip a beat. They can create uncomfortable experiences. They do love, this is my tagline for Virgos, they will smack reality in your face. They're reality checkers for sure. They're very nervous. They have a very nervous and worrying and anxiety. They have a lot of high, like, neuroticism because they're like OCD. They love to be organized. They're trying to stay on top of things. And it's like a mother that is constantly worried about her children. Like, I call the Virgo I know Mama Bird of the group. She is like the mother bird. So she's always trying to keep her ducks in a row, but the mothering energy, people can take that very wrong, and I understand that. But she has a lot of, Virgos in general have a lot of anxiety. So their virtue is caregiving and their vice is caretaking. So they are very motivated by obligation. Caregiving is giving without strings attached, and caretaking is like a covert contract. I'm going to do this for you, but you better do it to me. So there's always strings attached there. So they can be very caregiving or caretaking. That's their virtue and vice. They just want people to feel good about them, and they are valued and recognized. They want to know people want their presence at all times. They just want to receive sensations. So the earth sign is all about the five senses. They want to become the canvas upon which you write. So introverted sensing, they have introverted sensing parent with earth. Introverted sensors, they want others to give them experiences. They initiate communication. They are really good at actually scheduling and getting things going. But it's interesting because I'm not initiative. I'm responsive, and but I don't know. It depends on where your masculine and feminine energies are within you, and if you're a through and through Virgo. If you're not a through and through, where's your Mercury at? Where are your feminine and masculine energies? So that's something to look into. So they want, I already said that, all about what other people want. So they're kind of clueless with what they want. So they're always asking, what can I do to make you feel better? What do you want? They're very in tune with the emotions and feelings of the room or the group or their environment. They're kind of childishly aware of what others want. That's an extroverted intuition. They can say, hey, what can I do to make you feel better? What do you want? They're constantly all about that role. They can be easily taken advantage of. The Virgo I know, she is in her 60s, and she has had a long life of kind of having people take advantage of her, so her boundaries are very strong. But that did take most of her life, which, that's also a Pisces issue, is we can just turn the other cheek. And it sucks because when you need validation from other people, in that sense of, it's a people-pleasing thing. And extroverted feelers have major issues with that. They can be easily guilted, and just work on your boundaries. Understand that your value is what you determine, not what others determine. So yeah, unlike Pisces, Pisces can be very philosophical. Virgos are a lot more grounded, so they don't really want to hear philosophical ideas. They're more about reality and the concrete. They are an earth sign. They're very grounded. They like to plan and schedule and pre-assume what will happen, so they're not tactical. They're more strategic, and they want to know point A to point B and all the little details in between. They like to plan. They're good at taking care of things, so you don't have to worry about things. But the curse is things will always play out the way that we plan. Nervousness and worrying always feels like something isn't going to go right. So they overplan because they're worried about, they do have, that's a control thing. So they do like to control all the little details. They want to be on schedule and on time. So they're not very spontaneous people is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, I was going to get into their subconscious a little bit, but I don't have that much time. So their trigger, they have TI, inferior, introverted thinking inferior with Venus. So they do lack love. They can be negative and pessimistic. They can be detached from the feeling of love. They're very nurturing, but it's from like a cold place. Earth signs, they tend to love by action rather than words. It's more of like a distant, cold feeling rather than like fire signs. It's a warmer feeling. So when they get triggered in their demon, it's extroverted thinking demon, they'll become super controlling and very direct and open. And they will work on destroying your reputation, especially legally. So all those little details, all those little strings attached. So the Gemini is kind of the same way, the social, destroying your reputation. They're very social creatures. They know a ton of people. They have the highest network against Gemini. Gemini and Virgos know the most people. They're very connected and networking. So they will destroy you socially if they're in their demon mode. They will try to prevent you from doing business. They will attack from legal angles. So I've noticed, like, the woman I work with, I love her to death. We all have our strengths and weaknesses. I'm a Pisces, so I'm learning from a Virgo. That's my opposite. My North Node is actually in Pisces, so in my past life, Virgo, I am pretty OCD, but I'm working towards more of a Pisces, if that's, my spiritual teaching here. So I have noticed that immediately, like Virgos, they can really not skip a beat, and if they see something that needs to be done, they will go up the chain of, say in a workplace, they will just attack a problem and get it figured out. It doesn't matter how many people they have to go through, but they will get it done. So that's kind of like the legal. They're very aware of who's in charge, and they know a lot of people, and they can really get stuff done that needs to be done, so that's good. So it's hard for Virgos to see love. They're kind of like Aries and Scorpios in that way. They may place their value in things that they shouldn't. be valuing or things they'd rather value. They may feel like they have to overexpress themselves here. It may play out like they're being too critical or forceful and loving the wrong things. They tend to not feel the love energy in their life. They feel like there isn't love there anyways. They want to be right, and they don't want to worry so much. They're constantly worried about their self-worth and if they are good people. They think they're bad people. So they're extremely caring about other people, and they have a strong sense of justice. They need to be careful with what kind of people that they're around, just like Pisces. They can tend to take on other people's values, and they will become who they are around. So they can have an issue with taking criticism very personally and deeply. Virgos tend to be very perfectionistic, so they need to realize that you cannot have excellence if you stop at perfection. There is no such thing as being perfect. They can really have that failure to launch, or it's like they're a starter type and they can be excited about something, but their hang up is their perfectionism, because they put a lot more work on themselves. They overthink and overanalyze, so that is an issue. Just don't get stuck in the perfectionism and realize that we are all learning. No one's going to be perfect, and they need to let things flow a little bit better. So yeah, that's my little riff off the cuff. I do have some written on this, pulling from my book. I have not published this book, but I will eventually. I throw this in with my birth chart readings. But anyways, that's a little bit on Virgo, and I hope you like this video. I have a lot more on Virgo, but I am where I need to be. So like and subscribe, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Hey guys, it's Heather here with Underwater Panther, and today we have the Virgo moon or the full moon in Virgo. So, so I want to do a little video about the Virgo, what the Virgo or ESFJ represents. I am kind of just feeling like going off the trail here with my own Pisces or INFJ video series. I might do more off the cuff videos just because this is going to be a current energy type of video, but I'm going to do it obviously in my format, which is combining astrology with psychology, so we can go a little bit more in depth what Virgo represents.